Zambia is one of the 10 poorest countries in the world. The orphan crisis is nothing short of horrific. Back in 2004, when it all started, when I was working at Northrise University, one of my students, Emil Makuka, and his wife Jane were struggling to find enough money to help 300 orphan children in a terribly impoverished compound called Chipulukusu, which means worthless in the Bemba language. In the beginning, we had 300 children stuffed into a building the size of a 2-car garage, with one teacher teaching in shifts who went into the village compound with a clipboard to find out what happened to absent kids. Originally, our first meal was what we termed the miracle milkshake, which was made from 1/3 soy flour for protein, 1/3 corn flour for carbohydrate, and 1/3 cane sugar for energy. It really made an amazing impact on these little children, some of whom we had to collect from the local hospital due to malnutrition issues. In order to keep the spread of disease under control, which comes from overcrowding, we had to build temporary shelters or classrooms made from discarded external peels from logs. One of the great things that happened at Mapalo was the groundbreaking ceremony. Once we dug the original footings for the new school, all the children, staff, extended family members held hands and sang a song called Nato Tela, which means thank you. Once it started taking shape, Emil Makuka, the director, filed to have the name of the entire area changed from Chipulukusu, which means worthless, to Mapalo, which means blessing. This is now the official name of the compound, which holds 40,000 people. Two of the more debilitating diseases in Africa are dysentery and cholera, which are spread by unclean water. So one of the first things that we did was to install a clean water well for the children, but also for the extended family members who take care of them, as well as the people in the compound. One of our greatest assets is our staff. We now have 7 teachers who have been sent to Teachers Certification School. In 4 years, we've gone from an untrained teacher in a temporary shelter to 7 certified teachers in a government-certified, Cambridge-based educational system competing with government schools. Another huge asset for us is our director, Emil Makuka, who's also known locally as the mayor due to his education and influence. He was a student at Northrise University, and he's the guy who started it all. Being a devoted, hardworking, educated, and driven Zambian, he's really worth his weight in gold. We've also hired a full-time caretaker who lives in a small home we built on campus with his wife to keep campus safe. In 2008 saw the completion of a new dining commons, which is run by a full-time kitchen staff. One of my great memories of working at Mapalo was the first time that we gave kids ice cream. Each kid couldn't help but laugh every time they took a bite of ice cream because it was the first time that they'd ever experienced something like it. This cold, sweet surprise overwhelmed them to the point where every bite they took, they couldn't help but laugh. The majority of our 300 children have been orphaned due to malaria and AIDS. We estimate that there is at least 700 other orphans that live in the adjacent compound as well. One of our commitments to the children of Mapalo is to make sure that we take care of their medical needs. On campus, we have medications for malaria, dysentery, and other sicknesses. Moreover, Mapalo will also provide whatever is needed to care for children medically. One of the primary goals at the Mapalo Academy and Care Center for Orphans is to be a fully self-sustaining entity. That means that the businesses that we start on campus will eventually pay for the entire operations budget annually. It's not an overstatement to say that 300 children in northern Zambia have been transformed because of the generous work and contribution of the guides and staff of Silver Creek Outfitters, churches like the Harbor Christian Center and Gig Harbor and PCBW, organizations like the Rotary Clubs of Ketchum and Haley, Bellissimo and the Kirk Group, Wood River High School, the CJ Group, and many other unsung and caring individuals who have given to this project. From the high school girl who gives her hard-earned wages waiting tables in small-town Idaho, to the great talents that come from Northrise University, and the woman who raises money by selling scarves in Central Oregon. This project is made possible by the generosity of people like you. The only way to rescue a country like Zambia is through education. Every year, there are 20,000 students that qualify for college education. Only 1,000 can go, and of that 1,500 drop out for one reason or another. The goal of Hope for Life is not only to meet children's physical needs, but it's also to send a capable, educated citizen who makes a major contribution back into the life of Zambia. There are many ways that you can help support the children of Mapalo. To find out how you can, visit www.givehopeforlife.com.